At the end of a long day, many people look forward to rest, believing that sleep is the moment when the body naturally heals and resets. Yet what most do not realize is that one common habit performed just before lying down is silently undermining this process. Instead of allowing the heart to slow down and recover, this action forces it into unnecessary strain during the very hours it is meant to rest. The danger lies in how ordinary it feels, as if it could not possibly carry hidden risks. But science shows that this nightly choice interferes with blood pressure regulation, disrupts natural rhythms, and quietly accelerates the wear on the cardiovascular system. People who struggle with fatigue, grogginess, or restless nights often overlook this cause, assuming the problem is stress or lack of sleep, when in truth the heart has been fighting against an unseen weight throughout the night. The most unsettling truth is that this habit is not rare or unusual. It is repeated by millions, making it a silent enemy to heart health that hides in plain sight. Sleep is designed to be a sanctuary for the heart, a period when the constant demands of the day finally ease and the cardiovascular system finds its rhythm of repair. During the quiet hours of rest, blood pressure naturally drops, heart rate slows, and the body shifts into a state where tissues regenerate and vessels recover from the strain of daily circulation. This process is not a luxury, but a vital biological rhythm that keeps the heart strong and resilient. Each stage of sleep plays a role, from the lighter phases that regulate breathing to the deeper stages that allow restorative hormones to flood the system and repair microscopic damage. Without these cycles working in harmony, the heart carries its stress from one day into the next, gradually building a weight it was never meant to bear. Modern life, with its constant pressures and stimulants, has already made it harder for the heart to reach this healing state. And when an additional harmful habit is added right before bed, the natural protection of sleep is stripped away. Instead of repairing, the heart is pushed to labor through the night, leaving it more vulnerable when morning comes and the demands of a new day begin again. The habit that silently sabotages the heart before bed is the late night consumption of stimulants, most often hidden in the form of caffeine, alcohol, or heavy meals. What seems harmless, like a cup of coffee to finish work, a glass of wine to relax, or a large dinner eaten too late, sets off a cascade of stress within the body, just as it should be winding down. Caffeine lingers in the bloodstream 4 hours, keeping the nervous system in a state of alertness and preventing the heart rate from dropping into its restorative rhythm. Alcohol, though initially sedating, disrupts the deep stages of sleep and forces the heart to work irregularly through the night. Heavy meals demand energy for digestion, increasing blood flow to the stomach and intestines when circulation should be easing, leaving the heart overworked instead of protected. This habit, repeated over time, reshapes the body's natural cycles, stealing from the heart its chance to heal and leaving it more strained with each passing night. Many dismiss these actions as minor indulgences, but to the heart they are hidden assaults that transform rest into burden, turning the very hours meant for renewal to hours of silent damage. As the body prepares for rest, the heart should naturally slow its rhythm, allowing blood pressure to dip and vessels to relax, but the wrong bedtime habits prevent this healing process. Stimulants like caffeine keep stress hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline elevated, forcing the heart to beat faster and harder through the night. Instead of entering a state of recovery, the cardiovascular system remains in overdrive, as if facing constant demand. Alcohol compounds the strain by fragmenting sleep cycles, triggering sudden spikes in blood pressure and irregular heartbeats during the very hours when stability is most essential. Heavy late-night meals increase metabolic activity, requiring more oxygen-rich blood for digestion and keeping the heart working overtime instead of resting. Over time, this disruption prevents arteries from repairing microscopic damage, stiffens vessel walls, and leaves blood pressure consistently higher the following day. What feels like harmless routine gradually reshapes the internal environment, turning each night into a missed opportunity for restoration. The heart begins each morning more depleted than the last, carrying the invisible weight of nightly stress that accumulates silently until it erupts as hypertension, arrhythmias, or even sudden cardiac events. For many people, the damage caused by poor nighttime habits becomes clear only after years of repetition, when symptoms that seemed minor at first grow into serious conditions. Someone who once brushed off restless nights and occasional palpitations may later find themselves waking up breathless or struggling with constant fatigue that no amount of coffee can mask. Another person may be shocked when a routine checkup reveals elevated blood pressure or early signs of heart disease, even though they believe their lifestyle was relatively healthy. Doctors frequently see patients who eat late dinners, drink alcohol to unwind, or scroll on glowing screens until the last moment before sleep, only to experience irregular heart rhythms or chest discomfort during the night. These seemingly harmless choices accumulate silently, each one adding weight to the strain on the cardiovascular system until the consequences can no longer be ignored. Families often notice the change before the individual does, observing irritability, declining energy, and diminished focus during the day. The cruel truth is that while the body signals distress in small ways, the heart carries the burden until it reaches a breaking point. Emergency rooms confirm this reality, with countless cases of heart attacks and strokes that stem not only from genetics or stress, but from overlooked habits that sabotage the body's nightly chance to recover. The most powerful way to protect the heart during sleep is to create an evening routine that supports rest instead of disrupting it. This begins with choosing lighter meals earlier in the evening, allowing digestion to complete before bedtime so the body can focus on repair rather than processing heavy food. Reducing caffeine and alcohol intake in the hours before sleep prevents unnecessary stimulation that keeps the heart racing when it should be slowing down. Just as important is limiting exposure to screens and artificial light that confuse the body's natural rhythm and keep stress hormones elevated. Replacing these habits with calming rituals like gentle stretching, deep breathing, or reading in dim light helps signal the body that it is time to relax. Hydration should be moderate, with water consumed steadily through the day and less in the late evening to prevent nighttime disturbances. Consistency is also key, as going to bed and waking up at similar times trains the heart and nervous system to maintain balance. Even small adjustments, such as dimming lights an hour before sleep or keeping the bedroom cool and quiet, can have a measurable effect on heart health. Over time, these practices transform the night into a true recovery period, allowing the cardiovascular system to restore its strength, lowering blood pressure, and reducing the risk of dangerous events. By replacing destructive habits with intentional choices, the individual builds a protective shield for the heart that works silently through the night. Every evening that passes without change, another night the heart is placed under unnecessary strain. The damage does not announce itself immediately, but it accumulates silently, turning into high blood pressure, restless sleep, and hidden weaknesses that may surface suddenly. Waiting for the perfect time to adjust routines only prolongs the risks, while the smallest step taken today begins to ease the burden on the cardiovascular system tonight. Choosing to act now is a form of protection, a commitment to give the body what it desperately needs instead of leaving it vulnerable. The heart works tirelessly every day, and it deserves to be supported rather than pushed into overdrive when rest should be its sanctuary. Hesitation may feel harmless in the moment, but the consequences of delay can be lasting, while the benefits of immediate change are felt quickly in deeper rest, calmer mornings, and more stable energy. The decision to start is not about drastic measures, but about refusing to let another night pass with harmful patterns in place. Each night offers a chance to heal or a chance to harm, and the choice is entirely in one's hands. The evidence is clear and the path forward is simple, but it requires a decision made in the present moment. Protecting the heart overnight is not about complex regimens or expensive solutions. It is about awareness and the willingness to change one small habit that can have a profound effect. By eliminating what silently undermines the body and replacing it with choices that encourage repair, the heart gains the chance to recover and grow stronger with each passing night. This is not something to postpone, because every evening is an opportunity either lost or gained. For those who value longevity, clarity of mind, and lasting energy, the choice should be immediate. The first step begins tonight, with a single action taken before bed that shifts the body from strain to healing. To continue the journey and discover practical, science-backed ways to protect health, extend vitality, and reclaim restful sleep, the next video awaits as a guide. The time to act is now, and the reward is a healthier heart and a longer, fuller life.